Hello friends, now we going through biology's first chapter which is called life processes. The weightage of chapter is 6 mark, full marks question section D in 4 marks and 2 marks question in section B. Here we don't discuss about the paper style because the changes are possible, so we take only marking system. Whenever time is come, I will explain paper style also. Here we know, before study life processes, we can study first what is the which are the characteristics of living organisms and which are the characteristics of non-living organism. Why organism? We say these organisms are living. Some characters for the living organisms, they are running, chewing, animals or human when asleep. When we know about in lower standard or when we know the living organisms only with voluntary actions, but here we say the involuntary actions also come and we called it living organism. Suppose human or animal when asleep and breathing can be occur, so we can say these organisms are living organism. Animals or human when asleep, so breathing, the growth of a plant and molecular movement in our body. Molecular movement can take place in our body and our body can stay alive. So these are the voluntary movements which we can see easily. These are the voluntary movements. But here some involuntary movements can also occur. The growth of a plant, molecular movement in our body. So after this characteristics, we say one sentence: using visible movement as the defining characters of life is not enough. Only visible movements are not enough. Some invisible movements can also occur and the life can be possible. Here we discuss about all living organisms, so we cannot discuss about here in characters. We cannot discuss about only animals, only human, whole living organism. In whole living organism we include plant, animal and human, microorganisms. Molecular movements are seen in our body. In lower standard we also learn living organisms are made up of cells and tissue. All the body where in living organism can made by small cells and tissues. During life processes, during activities, the body can repair and maintenance of the body are possible by molecular movements. So the important thing is molecular movement, repair and maintenance of the body, and with the help of molecular movements they keep the body alive. So molecular movements are invisible movements, but they can be helpful for our life. So discuss about characteristics of living organism and molecular movements. Now we go through the definition of life processes. The main processes that are carried out by all the living organism. Students, here the word is most important. Here I can say again, here we can't discuss about only in plants. Here we discuss about plants, animals, human, microorganism, all living organisms. In order to sustain their existence as living beings are called life processes. I can repeat, the main processes that are carried out by all the living organisms in order to sustain their existence as living beings are called life processes. Here we give the examples of some important life processes. Some important life processes are, the first is nutrition, the second is respiration, here we write capital N for nutrition. Third is transportation, and fourth is excretion. In whole chapter we can learn detail in life processes. We can see details in life processes. In detail we study first nutrition. Here we don't write definitions. When we take one by one, we clear definition and whole things about that. Nutrition, when we take food and food goes inside, we can get energy. It is called nutrition. Here we see some outline. Don't write definitions. Here write only points. Respiration means in the chapter we study respiration in cells. Cells respiration we can study, not only breathing, inhaling or exhaling, or not only breathing, but how cell can be get oxygen and to get our body energy to take body alive. Transportation means in our body every cell gets energy to stay alive, so transportation of blood can be important, and transportation we can see in also plants, xylem and phloem. In lower standard you have to study some things about xylem and phloem. Here we see in detail. Nitrogenous wastes are come in our body. Wastes can be dangerous, so removal of wastes can be necessary. So nitrogenous wastes, when life processes can be occur in our body, when nutrition, respiration, transpiration, when transportation also in our body. So in the life process, during life processes, some nitrogen wastes can occur which can be harmful to our body. So the removal of nitrogen wastes, it is called, in removal of nitrogenous wastes in the liquid form, it is called excretion. So in this chapter we study about nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion. let's discuss about some more points there. Energy and materials are needed from outside in our body. Why energy and materials we take from outside in our body? We are using up energy when we sleep, when we cycling. We can use energy in every moment. So we are using up energy in every moment to grow, develop, synthesis of protein. Synthesis of protein can be included molecular activity and other substances needed in the body. Why we in the which form we can get energy? The food which type of we eat, it is the main source of energy. Let's going to one more question which is based on nutrition. Explain the types of organisms on the basis of the modes of nutrition. In the basis of mode of nutrition, we already know two types of nutrition can occur. The first is autotrophs. Auto means itself, trophs means nutrition. These organisms made their nutrition to take simple inorganic substances in the form of carbon and water. We slightly discuss about in chapter number 15. The organisms made their own food. They can take inorganic substances in the form of carbon and water. So the examples of autotrophs are green plants and some bacteria. Now go through second mode of nutrition, which is called heterotrophs. Heterotrophs is different from autotrophs. These living organisms take complex substances and then convert them into simple form. What do you call these simple substances? Heterotrophs can take complex substances which are made by autotrophs, and in their body the complex substances can be converted into simple substances. To convert complex substances into simple form, catalyst can help to convert substances into simple form are called enzymes. With the help of enzymes, the heterotrophs convert complex form into simple form, simple substances. So heterotrophs are directly or indirectly depended on autotrophs. Autotrophs, they cannot make their food with themselves, so they are directly or indirectly depend on autotrophs. Examples of autotrophs are animals and fungi. Here we take animal and fungi, but all except green plants and some photosynthetic bacteria, all are heterotrophs. Green plants and some photosynthetic bacteria, only autotrophs. Except them, all living organisms are heterotrophs. So the modes of nutrition are two types, autotrophs and heterotrophs.